If you get anxious in certain situations, you can think of this as your brain having formed a habit. A habit can be created by repeating anything over and over again until it becomes an automatic process that you do without thinking, like riding a bike. Having formed the habit of being able to ride a bike is useful if you cycle to work every day. It means you don't have to put stabilizers on every time you go out to go to work. But having formed a habit of being anxious once you get into work, afraid that you're going to blush and get mixed up in a meeting, that's not so useful. If what I'm saying resonates with you and you're thinking, yep, I have a few of those unhelpful habits, you might have come across the phrase of amygdala hijacking before. Unfortunately, we're already kind of hardwired for fear. And if you've taken my Retrain Your Brain course, you will have come across this already when I speak about the negativity bias and fear. But if you haven't taken the course, just think of it as you only make the same mistake once. You only touch a hot stove once. So we have that as part of our programming. Once something hurts us, stay away from it. Don't go back there again. But if this is firing in situations when you don't need it, let's go back to the meeting example. If you blush and get anxious in there and you're thinking, okay, stay away from that, phone in sick, pretend I'm doing something else, you're running into trouble. So let me talk about the amygdala hijacking I mentioned a few seconds ago. In this course, I'm not going to go into any detail on what your amygdala actually is. I'm just going to give you an example. Think of it as an alarm bell that rings in your brain every time you're in danger. So you touch the hot stove once, you go near the stove again, and the amygdala rings to let you know, look, don't go near there again. So in this example, the function of your amygdala is to stop you from approaching the stove as you're going to burn your hand. But your amygdala, your alarm bell ringing in your brain when you've got a meeting next Wednesday morning, it will actually stop you from approaching the meeting. You'll make up wild excuses as to why you can't go. But the important thing to note, and hence the hijacking, when this alarm bell is ringing, everything else in your brain is getting shut down. You can't actually think straight. You don't have the opportunity for rational thought. You can't reason with yourself and tell yourself it's okay. This hijacking results in a very unhelpful habit getting reinforced over and over again as you make up more elaborate excuses to help you avoid what you believe is causing your stress to trigger. And this is why I personally don't endorse some forms of therapy that make you go over, well, how did you feel in that situation? What was it like? What were your emotions? This reliving, this retelling is reinforcing your habit. You need to stop, you need to move away from it, you need to change and form a different habit without the emotion. Or put another way, if you saw that I couldn't ride a bike very well, all the talking in the world is not going to solve that problem for me. You need to stop me, change what I'm doing, show me what to do, and then I can ride a bike. In the next video, I shall be talking about what happens inside your brain when you experience stress. And I'll be getting you to undertake your own assessment of your own anxious brain to help you pull it all apart. So make sure you check back then.